Okay, so welcome back to our channel. And today we're going to talk about sexless marriage.
So many couples come into our office, individuals too, complaining about the fact that they're not having sex, or they're having infrequent sex, or they're having boring sex, or they've lost the spark. And it's something that we help couples with all the time. And also we have a new book out because we want everyone to have access to the information that we give to couples so that they can have amazing sex and greater sexual compatibility, which we're going to talk about more in another video.
When couples come in and they complain about sexless marriage, it's mostly because they're not getting the sex that they want. Unfortunately, many people don't know exactly what the sex that they want and don't know that they're supposed to figure it out, because we already talked in other videos about this fairy tale. If people love each other, they just fall into bed together and something amazing happens.
And there can be like years of wishing. Years. So I have this couple I'm working with now, and they have two different movies. So I'll say our core desires are what we want to feel during sex, and our hottest sexual movies what we want to do during sex. They have very different kind of hottest sexual movies. One of them is much more in the romantic spectrum, and the other one's really spiritual. So he will come to her and he'll say, "Sweetheart, I just feel like you're an amazing part of the universe, and I want you to get everything that you want because you're so wise and deep and beautiful." And she'll feel like it's completely like there's no engagement. Like she feels like it's very impersonal. And and then she'll come to him and she'll say, "Oh my God, I love you so much. I can't live without you. You're the most amazing." And he feels like, "What do you mean you can't live without me? Like, you have your own spiritual path." Too much dependency. But what they're both trying to say to each other in different languages, "I love you and I want you." And that happens so often with couples because they're not speaking the same erotic language.
And many people do not speak the same erotic language.
Yeah,
that's normal.
Just because you fall in love with someone doesn't mean at all that you have the same core desires or hottest sexual movies. I would say maybe 10% of the time you have that much overlap, you know?
And then we're talking about compatibility, because you don't have to have the same erotic movie, but it's good to have a sexual movie, but it is good to have, when movies are compatible, that's when things really work well.
Yeah, there needs to be like, the Legos need to fit together.
It's not as simple as Legos, because they didn't create all those pieces in advance in a factory, right?
Exactly. So when I started to explain to them that they have these different movies, it was like they had this flashback of their entire relationship, like, oh my God, if we had only known this, we would have not felt so rejected by each other, So I think that's a big piece of what knowing your core desires and your hottest sexual movies, and knowing that that's the necessary conversation to have.
And also knowing that what you are bringing, like we think, everyone on the planet thinks that the way they like things or what we like is natural to everyone else, but it's very unnatural to other people.
And even when you go out in the world and try to get help, often the people are helping, they have their idea of what their hottest sexual movie is, and they think that must be everyone. So some people need to go to a tantra class, some people need to go to a dungeon. If that's not the right movie for you and you're thinking, "Oh, what's wrong with me? This isn't really turning me on, must be my hormones." When it's just like, "No, that's not my movie. My movie is over here." So we really help couples dial down and have a deep, supportive communication that helps their intimacy just by learning each other in this way, just by knowing what turns each of them on.
And understanding the language and being able to build on it, and then the sky's the limit.
Yes, and in coming together, we teach you how to teach each other, not just have the conversation, but actually experientially teach each other through different methods so that you can have this amazing sex together.
So get the book. You definitely want to get the book. And then subscribe to our channel. Next time we're going to talk about compatibility, how to create compatibility, what to do if there's no compatibility,
how to increase compatibility.
We wanted to have amazing emotional conversations about what turns you on, deep intimacy, and
tons of sex. Well, okay, that's what I want.
She does not care about all the emotional
I'm projecting. Tons of sex.
Tons of sex. Hot, hot, hot sex.
Yes.